Hey, good morning, class. Hope all is going well. Today for my Teach a Skill, I'm going to teach you how to use KT tape in order to help with carpal tunnel syndrome. So first of all, what is KT tape? KT tape is kinesiology tape, and it helps get rid of pain in the muscle, the ligaments, whatever you're taping. Helps support that area as well. As far as carpal tunnel is basically the median nerve in the wrist that gets compressed, and it causes irritability, numbness, pain, tingliness in the fingers, especially at night. So that's carpal tunnel. So materials needed for taping for carpal tunnel are, first of all, KT tape. You can get this in bulk, or you can get it in a little package like so. These are pretty nice because they come with like 20 strips already pre-cut for you. And then, of course, scissors to cut the tape if you don't have it pre-cut, and to trim the edges as well. So step number one, you're going to want to wash your hands and forearms with soap and water, because that's where we're going to be taping. If you're taping the shoulder, you're going to want to wash the shoulder down. If you're taping the knee, you're going to want to wash the knee down. And the whole purpose of that is to make sure the hand and forearm are rid of any dirt, grime, lotion, stuff like that, to make sure the tape sticks effectively. So that's the whole purpose of that. I have already washed my forearm and hand, so we're good. So for the next step, I'm going to pull out 2 strips of tape. That's all we're going to need. So I got my roll of tape here. We'll tear off 1 strip. We have a 10-inch strip. This is going to be our first one. And a 5-inch strip, which I have already pre-cut for you guys. So a 5-inch strip, to recap, we're going to need a 10-inch strip and a 5-inch strip. There you go. And for the second step is you're going to take the 5-inch strip here, and we're going to keep the wrist extended the whole time, but we're going to place the tape on the anterior surface just below the knuckles, and it's going to go like halfway up the forearm. So, and every piece of tape does have like a paper backing, so we're just going to tear that off. We're just cracking that seal, like so. And then from here, again, we're going to have our, and this tape is pretty stretchy, so when I refer to, I'll apply the tape with 0% stretch or 50% stretch. That's what I'm referring to, just stretchy and flexible. And you can pull it to certain stretch lengths. So, again, wrist extended. I'm just going to place it just below the knuckles first, and then keeping that wrist extended the whole time. Right there. I'm just going to pull that back using no stretch at all. And then keeping that wrist extended, I'm going to pat down the tape, making sure there's no creases, making sure everything's nice and sticky, stuck to the arm. So it'll look like that to start. That's the first step. And then after that, we're going to grab our second piece of tape here. Again, we're going to crack the paper backing off. And this we will use a little bit of stretch, but for this one, the smaller piece, wrist extended, we're just going to go horizontally. You can go lateral to medial, medial to lateral. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to go lateral to medial. So I'm going to place it on the lateral aspect first of the wrist. And using about, so wrist extended, not using 100%, but about 50% stretch. Wrap it across the wrist. Make that nice and secure. And then now you have a wrist that is wrapped just for carpal tunnel. And by this, the way it was, by having the wrist extended and taping it like so, that'll hopefully relieve some of the symptoms you may have of carpal tunnel, if you have carpal tunnel. Rules for taking off the tape, take it off slow, don't go fast, okay? So if you take it off fast, it actually will tear a little bit of skin, and we don't want that. So I like to personally just run it over some warm water first, kind of let that soak up a little bit, and then tear it off slowly. Comes off pretty easily. You can't keep it on for about 2 to 3 days. You can shower with it, you can get it wet a little bit if you like. The reason it only lasts 2 to 3 days is that after a while it starts to kind of peel off and it doesn't work as effectively. But yeah, that's how you tape for carpal tunnel. Other than that, that is it. It's pretty easy to do overall. Nothing too crazy. But yeah. So benefit wise, it's gonna benefit anyone who has carpal tunnel or is susceptible for carpal tunnel, really. If you feel like you may have symptoms, feel free to use this technique. Any adaptions, I would say to get the pre-cut tape. It works a lot better, and you don't have to tape or cut anything, which is pretty nice. You can always have someone else do it for you as well if you're having a hard time just doing it one-handed like I did. Other than that, that is how you tape for carpal tunnel. Pretty simple, straightforward task. Hope you guys liked it. Thanks. Like and subscribe.